Hello, hello. Welcome again to week 3 of my training on leadership, finance, and life. Today's topic is something very, very special, and the topic is titled How to Reinvent Yourself. Yes, how to reinvent yourself and also reinvent your career. It's a very special topic for me because over the years I've had different stages in life where I had to reinvent myself, where I had to move from one level of myself to another. It's more like dying again and coming alive again, something such like that. I've had different phases in my life, and I've seen people who have had different phases in their life as well. Sometimes these phases leave some people stagnant and leave some people in midlife crisis. While for others, these phases leave others in a place of growth and reinvention, in a place of, I will call it metamorphosis, where they move from one degree of growth to another, where they move from one degree of potential to another. So this topic is a topic no one should miss. How to reinvent yourself. Why should you reinvent yourself? Is it even necessary to reinvent yourself? And what's reinvention all about? That's what we are diving in. So give me 1 minute and let me pull up my slides. Thank you. My slide is still loading, but before my slide comes up, I just want to repeat. Oh, great. So here comes the slide. Let me. So who is wiring? Give me a minute. I want to be sure. Okay, great. So who is wiring, and what is this all about? What So why should she be the one to speak on how to reinvent yourself? Why not someone else? Why should she be the one to speak? That's a question I get to hear every time and every day. Like, what have you got? What have you achieved that you want to be speaking to us on topics like leadership, finance, life, and many others? So that's a topic I confront every time. And now I will just give you a little tip about who I am, and then we'll go into the topic, the proper topic for today. So, who is Wairi? Um, Okay, so Waire is an author. Waire is also a lawyer. Waire is an author. Waire is a lawyer. Waire is a people practitioner and expert in goal setting, wealth management, and career balance. Waire is an author, a lawyer, a people practitioner, and expert in goal setting, wealth management, and career balance. So she's currently working towards becoming a solicitor in England and Wales, preparing for the UK solicitor's exam in 2026. With over 12 years of with over 10 years of experience in leadership, she has helped professionals transform their lives, build financial illiteracy, and achieve their goals. So this is why she has helped professionals with over 10 years of leadership experience. She has helped professionals transform their lives, build financial literacy and achieve their goals. Wyra is also the author of two books focused on leadership and value-driven living. Value-driven living. So, with this portfolio of mine, I can say that this topic is a topic that I can freely discuss, and I'm very sure you're going to have value for listening to this free training I'm giving to you. Now, how to reinvent yourself. I've observed something a few years ago. People and I've observed something about a few years ago that people and organizations they are getting stranded or fizzling out. They used to be at the attraction or to be highly placed or to be prosperous. Then things went south. Now, let me explain a bit better on this, my observation. What I've observed is a few years ago, precisely during the COVID, we saw that a lot of people lost their jobs. They had to think of what next to do with their lives. A lot of families, a lot of fathers, a lot of parents had to think of what next to do because people had to be laid off from work. Millions of people, thousands of people were laid off from work. COVID redefined everything. COVID reinvented everything. Prior to COVID, people naturally would not go online to talk online. Everybody preferred physical meetings, physical interviews. But COVID made us to understand that the world is changing and it's changing rapidly. And everyone has to change together with the world. If not, you will fizzle out. If not, you will become irrelevant. It's just a matter of time. So I saw a lot of organizations who were big organizations crumble during COVID because they could not keep up with the change. Nobody believed months before COVID that COVID was going to do a COVID was going to bring a lot of lockdown. COVID was going to bring lockdown to the whole world, and everybody will be in their house for months, almost probably even almost a year or more. Nobody believed that, but COVID redefined life for almost everyone, if not everyone. COVID redefined life, and I think that the world beyond just COVID, the world is changing. Organizations are changing, people are changing, structures are changing, and that's why you too you need to change and you need to reinvent. Yes, because as I said, especially during COVID, we saw a lot of organizations. A lot of organizations had to crack down. A lot of people had to fees. They had to uh, be laid off from work. They had to be laid off from work for some good reasons, some reasons or the other. And this made a lot of people question how the world is changing and the world is moving. So what's the next one? So because of the way life is moving and because of the fact that people and organizations are getting stranded and they are fizzling out, I decided to find an escape route for myself. I decided to avoid the trap of being caught in the web of stagnation. I decided I was going to move and reinvent myself. Yes, I decided that I was going to move. I decided that I was going to move and reinvent myself. I wanted to go with the tide. I didn't want to be left behind in the trend of life. So I decided to find a way out. If you're just joining in, welcome, welcome, welcome. You can let me see what's in here. How to reinvent yourself. Okay, so if you're just joining in, just pop into the chat box and say hello. You you can pop into the chat box and you can say hello if you're just joining in. You can pop into the chat box and you can say a big hello to me. Thank you. If you're just joining in, you can pop into the chat box and you can say hello. So, how to reinvent yourself? We are still on how to reinvent yourself. Um, okay. So, what's the next slide? Presentation. Present. One. Why is reinvention important? Reinvention is important. Why is reinvention is important? Why do we even need to reinvent ourselves? Is it necessary to reinvent ourselves? Is it worth it for us to reinvent ourselves? Why do we even need it, to reinvent ourselves? We are designed to evolve with growth. We need to outgrow growth. We need to outgrow growth plateau. If we don't outgrow where, if you don't outgrow where you are, you become too small for it. We are designed to evolve with growth. If you don't outgrow where you are, you become too small for it. If you don't outgrow where you are, you become too small for it. We are designed to evolve with growth. Human beings, we are designed to evolve. Evolving is part of our lives. And if we don't outgrow where, if we need to outgrow growth, if we need to outgrow the growth plateaus, we need to outgrow the growth plateaus rather. If we don't outgrow where we are, we become too small for it. So there is a need to outgrow where we are. There's a need for us not to be stagnant. There's a need for us not to plateau in a stagnant position.